Whether or not you play video games, Microsoft's acquisition of Activision and Blizzard is going to affect you. Okay, maybe that's a bit harsh on VR headsets, but VR headsets will not be a prerequisite to somebody experiencing the metaverse. But subscribers will be a prerequisite to me having a fun time on YouTube, so click that subscribe button and help me get this party going. Don't get me wrong, the only thing standing between you and a truly immersive metaverse is going to be a VR headset. But you don't need to be plastering a freight truck to your face to be experiencing any kind of a metaverse. Microsoft is set to acquire Activision Blizzard in an all-cash deal for $95 for every share of Activision and Blizzard. That comes out to a total of $68.7 billion. What that means is if you have one share of Activision Blizzard by the time this deal closes, which is sometime in 2023, you would get $95 in cash. Usually, these acquisitions look like a combination of cash and shares of the acquiring company for shareholders of the company being acquired. But Microsoft apparently thinks its shares are more valuable than cash, so they're giving out cash instead. Can't really blame them. But why is Satya Nadella walking into the video game world with a bag of cash and buying the whole club out? And sure, video games are one of Microsoft's verticals, and with this acquisition, they're getting about 400 million monthly active users. And by the way, a little aside about how gigantic the video game industry is, it's a $200 billion industry. And by comparison, soccer or football, whatever floats your boat, is only a $28 billion industry. And football is as international, soccer is as international of a sport as I can think of. So there is demand, there is a market, and Microsoft's core competency isn't too far off field with this one. I mean, they do make the Xbox, and they make games for the Xbox. And sure, this isn't the console that everybody is lining up to sell their left kidney for, but it is a pretty solid competitor. But I am going to read the tea leaves a little when it comes to this acquisition, particularly in terms of its timing. I believe this purchase is the equivalent of Microsoft putting on Warpaint to take on industry giants such as Apple and Meta for the dominion of the metaverses. And the epic tale of metaversal warfare is one in which the combatants make the battlefields, make the artillery, and what they're really fighting for is dominion of the troops. And when I say troops, I mean you. Why? Because the metaverse is a multiverse. Companies in this space are building their own versions of exclusive metaverses. Meta isn't just building Oculus hardware and VR experiences, it's building Horizon Worlds, a virtual world dedicated to attracting you, the user. And I have no doubt that Microsoft plans to do the same. I mean, it already does. Online gaming happens in a metaverse, but it plans to extend its invitation to the metaverse to non-gaming users. And with its recent acquisition of Activision Blizzard, it will now command a whopping 30 different game development studios, all dedicated to building the virtual spaces that you and I will one day inhabit. And tech giants aren't going to be the only ones crossing paths as we build out this metaverse. Gamers will be crossing paths with non-gamers in the way in which they use the internet. Hey, how long have you been on break? Shouldn't you be getting back to work? Yeah, in a few. I just need to beat this boss battle. Dude, you're so married to your games. You know, it wouldn't hurt to put a bit of that effort into real world work. Speaking of which, I gotta log back into work. See you in a bit. Hey folks, sorry, was watching my roommate play God of War for a hot minute. Anyway, what room shall we meet in? Sure thing. Let me just have my avatar walk over. Yeah, one sec. I'm outside the conference room. What do you press to open the door again? Yeah. Wait, I did what? Why is there a button for that? Point is, as more and more experiences are brought to the metaverse, there's going to be a gamification of these experiences. For big tech companies, the name of the game is user growth and usage growth. And with big money flowing into democratizing the metaverse, whether or not you have a VR headset on your face, you're going to find yourself in the metaverse sooner or later. So grab a controller and get comfortable.